Hey, Slay. I'm curious, like your personality. Always talking and always joking. Was that how you always were growing up?
Yeah, always been that way. Just a happy-go-lucky kid, still is. So, man, I just like to have fun most for the most part.
And are your kids like that too?
Uh, most of them, you know, I got a shy one, but then the rest of them kind of know they got my little attitude, man, my funness, you could say.
Thank you.
Hey, go ahead, Alan, then Dave Zingaro.
Play is last week obviously Washington had a historic loss, 56-14. You ever think about what their mindset is coming in? I mean, they had people swinging at each other on the sideline. Do you think about their mindset at all going into
No,
this
no,
game?
no, not at all. The only thing I'm saying is that Washington a tough team, man. They like to, they get down and grimy. Shoot, they competitive, man. They go come play their hearts out like every other week. They always go play hard, but and the fights on the sideline, that's brotherly love, man. Sure, I don't have that plenty of fight before. Me and Quandre got into it before, so it's nothing. That's some brother love. That's just how the game go. In the heat of battles and stuff like that always happen.
Go ahead, Dave, and then John.
Hey, Slade, it's been a couple weeks, but your play on offense, how did that come about? Is that something you had been lobbying for?
Man, coaches came to me with it, man, just said, hey, Slave, we want to put you on offense. I said, about time, I had fun doing it, man. There's not too many DBs in the world that say they can play offense, so I could put that on my resume.
John Clark, and then John McMullen.
Hey, Slay, when Nick Sirianni has you on offense for that play and then you see Lane Johnson score a touchdown, that's fun. What does that do for the team when a coach does that with his players?
And man, just he feel like he believe in us, man. That's a good thing about Coach, man. He believe in each one of us in this room, and for him to just take that risk of throwing that ball to not too many linemen can catch, but Lane is very athletic, by far the most athletic tackle in the game, easily, faster than all of them. I put my money on him on anybody, and I expect him to catch that at all times.
Go ahead, John, and then Les.
Hey, Slay. Last couple of weeks, JG's mentioned Denard Wilson and kind of job he's doing. What has he meant for you guys in the secondary?
Man, great, man. I'm not going to sit here and play around. Denard, man, he been a great coach, man. He helped me elevate my game to a whole nother level. My offense, man, shoot, he great, man. I'm not surprised, him being as long in the league, 15 years, he ain't been in D.C. yet. Because of the way that he could game plan, the way he's smart. Because everything he's been telling me, man, him, JG, and the whole staff been telling me, it's been true on the field every time. With my film study that I do myself, them guys been right. And with me being with Denard every day, man, we preach and talk about game all the time. He never steered me wrong, not once yet, man. So like I said, I'm just surprised that he been in the game for 15 years and not had a DC job because he's a smart dude, man. And he played in this league before, so I won't be surprised, sooner or later he'll have one of them jobs.
Go ahead, Les, and then Zach.
Hey, Slay. So you saw Washington really just a little more than a week ago. What did you learn from that game that you can apply to this game? And obviously it's a different quarterback. Will that make things real different?
Oh, no, it could be the same. Just play ball. I don't really worry about the quarterback situation because, I'm guarding the guy, so man, shoot, I don't care who throwing it. I'm just not trying to let my guy complete it. So it don't matter what else out there, man. We just go out there, compete, man, and just play our hearts out, man, and just try to get a dub, man. It's a division game, so it's times two. So man, we just need to go out there and handle business.
What's important when you're covering somebody like McLaurin?
Just to be consistent, man. At any time he can catch you lacking because he's a talented young guy, man. High motor. He's ready to go at all times, man. True competitor. I love him. I love my battles with him. And, just got to stay on your toes, man. He going to make sure you're on your toes, too. So, I just got to be locked in a lot more than like I always been. And, just try to make plays for the team.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Bo. Or Bo, if he's ready.
Just to follow up on what you were talking about with Denard and JG, what has your process been like? Like, how have they earned your trust, and what has the relationship been like over the course of them coming in?
I've been great, man. Just been some of us been playing against each other for a long time. I played against JG when he was in Minnesota, so he's been seeing my tape for a long time. And the trust has just come from just talking with each other, man, having meetings, asking about the game plan, and Denard the same way, man. Whatever I told him, like I say, anything you need me to do, I'll do it. If that's with me traveling, not traveling, and they both know that I want to, but I always put the team first, and I always will. And I guess that's when I kind of earn their respect, because I'm not one of the guys, go back and forth about it. I just want to be here to help and help to win. And that's one thing we both all got us in common, is that we all want to win, and we all go do what's best for the team.
Have you always had that sort of back and forth with coaches, or is this a little bit rare?
Nah, never. Because like I said, I'm a team first guy, so I'm not gonna never have too many back and forths. I'm just gonna be like, hey, coach, what you need me to do, and I'm just gonna do it. There's no need to go back and forth about it, because, like I said, he's doing what's best for the team, and I put my trust in that. That's what he's doing, and I just execute my job to do.
We got time for one more, so we'll wrap it up with Jeff McLean.
Let's go, Jeff.
I was muted there. Hey, Slay, since you're talking about the Hall of Fame, what do you think about yourself at this point in your career? Do you have the credentials?
Not yet, but I'm working, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like a guy like Asante Samuel with he's been a 4-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, 51 career interceptions, over 400 tackles, and he ain't first ballot. I'm still here looking like, dang, can I even knock on a door at least? Because, he doubling my picks right now, and he did that in 11 years. So if that's the way you can't get in there like that, it could be hard for me to get in there too. So, we need to figure a way out. I don't know with the Hall of Fame. I don't know how I operate, but if I need 51 picks, well, look here, I ain't gonna play that long.
Hey, Dallas, how's it going? Hey, you've had a couple uncharacteristic drops the last couple of weeks. Sorry to be negative here, but how much do those eat at you, and how much is that something that you feel like you need to work on?
I try not to let it eat at me too much. Obviously, never want it to happen. My drops that I've had over the last couple of weeks are pretty easy. Taking my eye off the ball, trying to run before I catch it. It's just one of those things you got to have focus all the way through the play. But it's something that we talk about, something that we work on in practice, and something that we need to clean up. To keep drives alive, those drops have been hurting us.
Go ahead, Ed, and then John McMullen.
Yeah, hey, Dallas. I just wanted to you're playing Washington here on a very short turnaround, 12 or 13 days. Doesn't happen often like that in the NFL. What are the challenges that presents to the offense?
Yeah, like you said, we just played them less than 2 weeks ago. It's going to be, we're going to have a good idea of what they're going to do, but they're going to come out with some new things, try to catch us off guard. We just have to be dialed into the game plan. And, it doesn't matter what front they give us, what blitz they give us. We just have to be prepared for it and, just focus on ourselves and not beat ourselves, and we should be good.
Go ahead, John, and then Les.
Hey, Dallas. Offensively, you guys have had some slow starts recently, then pick it up later in the game. As Nick kind of emphasized that maybe stronger starts is something that should be paramount as you guys try to finish off this playoff run?
Yeah, for sure. We've been lucky the last couple of weeks that we got off to slow starts, but we're able to finish the game on the right note. The defense bailed us out a couple times, and that always helps. It's definitely a game where you need all three phases, but for sure we need to start faster, and that'll be something we focus on. We got to make sure that whatever they start in, whatever adjustments they give us, we can get them cleaned up faster, and just be able to get points on the board before the second half.
Les, and then John Clark.
Hey, Dallas. So that last game against them a little more than a week ago, after the weird interception thing early, you actually had a tremendous game. I think 7 catches for 135 yards. How are they covering you in that game, and do you expect them to change that up, this week, given that you caught a lot of balls?
Yeah, they'll probably do stuff a little bit different. I was able to kind of attack all three phases, short, medium, and long, that game. And, it's just if they're going to give us man-to-man, I'm going to beat my man coverage. And then if they play zone, just the way they play their zone, there's going to be soft spots. And if you can find those and the quarterback can hit you, you can make big plays off of those too. So no matter what they're going to do, you just have to find ways. If they're in zone, attack the part of the zone that's going to be open. And if it's man-to-man, just win your one-on-one matchup. And, that's all you can control. But they're definitely going to do things, whether it's cutting safeties or different things. And, we have different tactics to go at them.
Thank you.
Go ahead, John.
Hey, Dallas, starting the season 2-5, then coming back from that and going on a winning streak like this, and then the slow starts in the last couple games. How has the demeanor of Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts helped that? And how much do you guys feed off their mindset and demeanor?
Yeah, I mean, even from the beginning of the season, we had one goal, and it just to get better each and every day. Looking at those first 7 games or whatever, there was a lot of games that were really close. We were in there until the end. If we could have fixed little things, we probably could have won some of those games. But I think everybody here, starting with Coach Sirianni, Jalen, we had great belief in what we could do, and we knew there'd be a little bit of a process to it. But I think it's just tremendous job by them and the whole locker room sticking together, fighting through the tough times, and just the dog mentality, knowing that we get to play next week and we got to go and attack that.
Hey, TJ. 16 tackles is a lot of tackles in one game. I know it's your career high. I don't know if you ever had 16 tackles while you were at Wisconsin, but what was clicking for you to get that amount of tackles?
Honestly, I wasn't, keeping track or anything like that, but every play I want to be around the football, and I want to, finish every play with the punch at the ball and things like that. And a lot of that is just hustle and effort and getting to the ball, and you see that from our entire defense. So I think that kind of feeds off each other, and good things happen when we keep getting to the ball. So yeah, it was really good on Sunday.
Morgan and then Al.
Hey, TJ. Obviously, this is the second time you're playing Washington in 12 days, but it's going to be a very different offense from what you saw. I mean, obviously they'll have Taylor Heineke back and probably Kyle Allen. How does that change the way you guys prepare for them, if it does at all?
Not much. I think, even going into the last game, we were, just still prepared for just about anything. We didn't really know who we were going to see at quarterback and other positions and things like that. But going into, this Sunday again, we're taking kind of that same approach in terms of we are trying to prepare for everything that we can, and knowing that we're going to get their best shot no matter what, and knowing that they got a lot of good skill on that offense, a really good front in terms of their offensive line. So we're going to have to play our best ball no matter who's out there under center, really.
Go ahead, Al.
TJ, Washington's been knocked around in last weeks. They're a very frustrated team, very emotional. You can see that last week all over. Does that factor anything into your thought process this week, the state of mind that they're in, which is pretty bad? And one other thing is, have you heard of any good bets between Kelsey and Jalen Hurts for this Friday? Kelsey obviously over 1, that's just best.
I couldn't quite hear I couldn't quite hear the last part of your question. Cut out a little bit, but for the first part, I don't think that. Again, they're a scrappy team, and they're going to keep fighting no matter what. And kind of like I said before, we know that we're going to get their best shot. We know that they're a really good football team, and they're a team that is prideful, and they play the right way. So we know that they're going to give us everything, and it's our job to be ready for it and to match that intensity.
I was asking if you had heard of any good bet between Kelsey for this Friday.
Sorry,
we can't hear you,
connection.
Man. We can't hear you.
Connection keeps going.
Sorry, go on to John.
We'll go to John McMullen next.
Hey, TJ, you mentioned a little bit that first game against Washington, the uncertainty, not quite knowing who might be at quarterback. In a weird way, does that help this week? Because Ron has said you're probably going to see Taylor and Kyle. So to have 2 different quarterbacks, which is obviously not the normal MO in the NFL, did that sort of uncertainty in the prior game help?
I mean, again, I think our mindset is similar going from the last time we played them into this time. Just in terms of we're watching the tape from the entire year, not just the last couple games when there was different QBs in and things like that. So we are trying to be prepared for everything that Heineke's doing, Allen's doing, and anyone else that might play. So all in all, we're just trying to stay on our process and focus on the things that we need to throughout the week, and knowing that they're going to come, that we're going to go there and they're going to play really good ball, and we got to be ready to do the same.
We'll take one more here for TJ. Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, TJ, what's one thing you guys are doing as a defense now that you wish you were doing in September?
One thing we're doing, honestly, I can't really pinpoint anything in particular, but I do know that just process-wise, I think guys are just more familiar with each other. The chemistry is there, and you can feel that in terms of just from coaches to players and players to players and things like that. So I think we've all just grown as the years gone on, and you see the comfortability with people that are on the field, and with JG, Nick, and all the other position coaches. So I think just the level of chemistry has grown so much. So I think that's really the only thing that I've noticed in terms of from the start to where we're at now, really.
Hey, Lane, how's it going? Hey, we haven't talked to you since the Pro Bowl balloting was released, and I know you're a team guy first, but what was your reaction to not only not making the team, but not only being not being an alternate? And you got like one of the greatest run games ever, and you have one offensive lineman represented on the Pro Bowl team. How much does that eat at you guys?
I was pissed. I'll leave it at that. I was really pissed, but as far as that, just motivates me. These, whatever's left of the season. So,
go ahead, Josh, and then Dave.
Hey, Lane, with the play being called East Texas, I was wondering, was there any special people from East Texas that reached out after the game? Any messages that might have stuck out?
A lot of friends and family. But yeah, that was special. I was concerned because I wear a lot of the plastic thumb guards, so our thumbs don't take any damage or get torn. So I was worried about it bouncing off of that or dropping it. So I was just trying to catch it and not drop it.
Dave and then Bo.
And when you look at the way you've played this year, how would you compare it to the years you were named the Pro Bowler?
I don't know. I think I'm the best version of myself now. Yeah, I don't know.
Any theories as to why you weren't named the Pro Bowler?
Yeah, probably because I left, because that 3-game absence and doing all that. I think it did a lot of good for a lot of people. For me, I don't know if it did. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bo, and then John McMullen.
And I don't know if you saw Kelsey get teared up and emotional when he was talking about you a couple weeks ago. I'm curious, I guess, if you did see it, and on the other side, what Kelsey has meant to you during your guys' time together.
I mean, he's like the brother I never had. I mean, we laugh a lot. We get in arguments like brothers. Most time we're, he's a passionate guy when it comes to football. So am I. So we link on that level, and then off the field, it's really like a brother I never had. I mean, seriously. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's been everything to this team. He's, been there for me throughout my career, and yeah, man, he's a special person.
Was it like that right away when you first got here, or how long did it take?
It didn't take long. Initially, I gained so much respect for him just because he's undersized and really just how passionate he is about the game. I mean, there's some guys that don't love the game. There's some guys that do love the game. Then there's some guys that are obsessive about the game, and he's one of the guys that's obsessed about the game. That's why he's the player he is, being undersized the way he is, and how he's played at this high level for this long time speaks a whole lot.
Go ahead, John, and then Jeff.
Hey, Lane. Speaking of Pro Bowl snubs, it wasn't only you, it was Jordan as well. And Jordan talks about what you and JP specifically meant for him early in his career. Do you ever sit back and say, wow, considering where this guy was when he first got to Philadelphia?
I saw it in training camp, so I knew what was coming. But just the jump he had from last year to this year is, he's like I said, man. There's never been a tackle that's that big, that size, that can move the way he can. So, I mean, he's still a puppy. I mean, I'm not sure how was 24 years old. So, Jordan's going to be as good as he wants to be. I mean, size, speed, power, strength is unmatched, and him and Landon over there on the left side is a serious problem for pretty much everybody we face. That's maybe the biggest side in the league. So they've been making waves all year. Both them. I think both of them together have worked extremely hard, and I mean, you see it. I mean, these guys are just demolishing people, game after game after game.
Go ahead, Jeff, and then Martin.
Lane, what are some of the brotherly arguments you have with Kelsey about?
We just trying to think. Sometimes it's football stuff. Sometimes it's, I don't know. We crack a lot of jokes. We mess with each other. I know stuff that gets under his skin, and he knows stuff that gets under my skin. And so when you've been around somebody that long, it's fun to play games. I mean, sometimes we get heated, but nothing. Like I said, man, it's like the brother I never had. So, I'd say probably 85% we're laughing and having a good time and loving what we do.
Go ahead, Martin, and then Les.
Hey, Lane. About a week ago, when we were talking to Kelsey, he said that, this year is probably the best running attack you guys have had since he's been there. And, obviously you've been there for quite a while, since 2013. What do you think makes this running attack so different, so unique from past years? I know in 2013, obviously you had Shady and Vic for part of the year and stuff, but what's different about this year? What do you think?
I think Jalen Hurts. You have a guy that dynamic, can do what he can do with his legs. It puts the defenses in a bind. So I'd say, yeah. I mean, he's the common denominator when it comes down to that.
Go ahead, John Clark, or go ahead, Les, and then John.
Hey, Lane. Speaking of the running game, so you're playing a team now, and I've never really seen this before. You played them a little over a week ago, and now you've got them again.
It's weird.
You ran for 238 yards against them, and that's got to be real fresh in their mind. What do you think? Will they do? Can they do something different this week?
Yeah.
How does this time frame affect the game? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, as far as talent-wise and abilities, just over the past years, I mean, you see the guys they have on their D-line, so it's one of the better D-lines we have. So schematically, we may have a good game plan last game, and I think they're going to do stuff to stop that. But as far as inside, Allen, Payne, Ioannidis, you got Sweat on the edge, Hill, different guys coming back. I mean, they have a really superior, talented D-line, and I mean, going into this game, I just try to erase all that, what happened, because I think we're going to see the very best of them this week.
We have time for one more, so we'll wrap it up with John Clark.
Hey, Lane, another 160 rushing yards, and you guys will have set the all-time Eagles record for most rushing yards in a season. What would that mean to you and the line?
mean a whole lot. So yeah, I think I heard that stat earlier this morning. So yeah, that's been fresh in my mind. And obviously you got to execute. But yeah, man, a big reason behind this is Jalen, the O-line. I mean, it's everybody together. I think Coach Stout deserves a lot of credit. Just whatever he's been able to do the past decade with guys injured or coming in and out, and next guy stepping in, and the way he coaches and the way he goes about his business, and really the entire coaching staff. So kudos to them. So we're going to do everything we can to get the run game going again and see what happens.